since the end of World War II. And more area soldiers answer the call of duty as they prepare to enter the war-torn country of Iraq. Good evening and thanks for choosing News Channel 11 Weekend Edition. I'm Bill Christian. We'll have more of those stories in a moment. But first, moms across the Tri-Cities region saw some beautiful weather on this Mother's Day. Meteorologist Bob Swanson is standing by the Storm Center with the latest from Live Viper 11. Bob, what do you think? Will this sunny weather continue?
Yes, indeed. At least for Monday. Monday looking A-OK, Bill. Very sort of a continuation of our weekend weather with plenty of warm temperatures and a fair amount of sunshine. However, some rain returns to the forecast by Tuesday. But until then, it's going to be fairly nice. Very quiet out there right now. Let's go to Storm Team Live Viper 11 and give you an idea as to what's happening around the Tri-Cities region. We are sweeping our 4 area radar sites. Some of our radar sites just picking up on a little bit of ground clutter out of our Jackson site as well as Greer, South Carolina. But otherwise, things are very quiet. Going to take the sweeps off and just zoom you in a little bit closer just to show you some of the great imagery. It's a clear night. We're going to take you into Jonesboro, in the vicinity of the Jonesboro Storytelling Center, just along a historic Main Street there in Jonesboro. And again, just very quiet. And again, this is some fantastic imagery that we have available as part of the Viper package. And again, we're going to see clear skies overnight with a fairly nice start to your Monday, generally in the lower or upper 40s, lower 50s. And then we should warm up into the upper 70s, lower 80s by the afternoon. However, rain has returned to the forecast, at least by Tuesday. We'll have details about that coming up in just a couple of minutes.
An investigation into alleged election fraud in a small Southwest Virginia town continues. The Roanoke Times is reporting that residents from the Inman Village community in Appalachia, Virginia, were offered gifts in exchange for votes at last May's local election. Wise County Commonwealth Attorney Chad Dotson told the Times he hopes to make a decision soon on whether to seek criminal charges stemming from the highly contested election, where allegations arose that residents were offered beer, booze, and cigarettes in exchange for their vote through an absentee ballot form. Officials say 18% of that election's votes were cast by absentee ballots. The Roanoke Times is also reporting that authorities are investigating allegations in neighboring Scott County of complaints of election fraud in the Gate City races for mayor and town council. A Southwest Virginia businessman will serve 10 years behind bars for illegally selling prescription drugs out of his store. 74-year-old Lloyd Edgar Williams Sr., who owns a store in Tazewell County, pleaded guilty back in January to several counts of distributing OxyContin and 2 counts of conspiracy to distribute the painkiller. The Bristol Herald-Courier is reporting that Williams was sentenced to 70 years for the crimes, but a circuit court judge suspended all but 10 years of that sentence. A Texas man has been arrested after he allegedly tried to murder his mother by blowing up her house. Police say 46-year-old Santiago Gallegos became angry when his mother would not give him money to buy cigarettes. So he took her out of her wheelchair and tried to fill her home with natural gas by extinguishing the pilot lights. He lit a candle before he left the house. Police say Gallegos also removed the phone so his mother couldn't get it, but his mother was able to crawl to another phone to alert a relative to come to help. Iraqi police say a senior official with the country's transportation ministry has been assassinated. Zalba al-Mani was responsible for transportation projects in the reconstruction of Iraq. Authorities there say he and his driver were killed when 3 gunmen in a small car opened fire on their truck as they left al-Mani's home just outside of Baghdad. No one else was injured in that incident. 29 brave men will soon be in Iraq. The soldiers of the 1st Battalion, 320th Regiment left Abingdon today for training and will eventually end up in the Middle East. News Channel 11's Brian Mills discovers how one soldier's mission could change both history and his own life.
On Mother's Day, it was the men of the 1st Battalion, 320th Regiment who got the flowers. Certainly will be a Mother's Day to remember, and one that separates families rather than unites them.
I'm just really worried if he's going to be okay, and it's just really scary.
Her dad, Sergeant Hess, will soon be in Iraq training the Iraqi National Army.
I know this thing can never come to an end until we get their military in place, so hopefully this is the beginning to the end.
These soldiers will spend the next 9 weeks training for their mission at Camp Atterbury, Indiana. Then it's on to Iraq and a life-changing experience.
You know, that's just something we're going to have to deal with when he gets home.
Sergeant Hess should be home 1 year from now. It's the first time he's seen active duty and the first time he's traveled abroad.
I really haven't had time to even absorb it yet. It's still sinking in with me. Today is reality.
A reality best summed up by Sergeant Hess's daughter.
I can't begin to describe it. I'm really proud of him, but I don't want him to really go.
But leave they must.
Being a dad, you wonder why you can't wait one more day. But yeah, can't postpone it forever, so I guess we'll have to roll today.
In Abingdon, Virginia, Brian Mills, News Channel 11.
The men of the 1st Battalion have trained many soldiers who have already gone to Iraq. This time their mission is to train Iraqi soldiers for that country's army. Today marks the 60th anniversary of the end of World War II in Europe. Many honored the day in the Netherlands at Europe's third largest cemetery for American veterans. 8,301 Americans are buried at the Netherlands American Cemetery and Memorial. President Bush laid wreaths in tribute. The president is on a 5-day, 4-country trip to commemorate the anniversary. Moms all across the nation were honored today as well on this Mother's Day. Folks here in the Tri-Cities crowded local restaurants to show Mom just how much they love her. Almost $10 billion was spent last year in Mother's Day gifts, according to the National Retail Federation. But for most, it's not about the gifts, it's about spending time with family.
We're going to meet some sisters and brother-in-laws, and we all came to eat together today for Mother's Day. Our mother passed away in November, but we came to honor her as all together.
And many families came out to restaurants throughout the Tri-Cities for a nice meal and, of course, to spend time with Mom. Well, it was a beautiful day for Milligan College's commencement ceremony this afternoon. 143 young men and women received their degrees today. About 25 graduates will go on to graduate school. Most, however, will soon be entering the job market. Many have expectations of a bright future ahead of them.
It's the end of my childhood, and it's time to move on to my adulthood and be thankful for everything that I've accomplished and move on.
Dr. Paul Stanton was today's keynote speaker. It's his second graduation in as many days. He presided over ETSU's commencement yesterday. Well, being diagnosed with cancer is a frightening time for people who have just learned they have the deadly disease. Most want to begin treatment as soon as possible. But can delaying cancer therapy hurt the chances of beating the disease? Well, we'll take a look in tonight's Medical Watch. And can anyone cool off the scorching Dobyns-Bennett Indians? Casey has playoff baseball action, highlights coming up a little later in sports. And Bob will have your accurate Storm Team Live Viper 11 forecast. Stay with us.
The Bristol Herald Courier for Southwest Virginia and Northeast Tennessee. For convenient home delivery, call 888-228-2098 today. Your life delivered daily.
News Channel 11 invites you to the award-winning 11th Annual Iris Festival, May 21st and 22nd in historic downtown Greenville. Browse through items handmade and handcrafted by artists and crafters from across the United States. Snag a bargain at the new Merchants Market. Tempt your palate at our food court with dishes prepared by vendors from 4 states. Plus enjoy storytelling, the Kids Corner, great entertainment, and more. The 11th Annual Iris Festival, sponsored by News Channel 11.
Hi, I'm Lori Hamilton, RN, manager of the Health Resource Center located in the mall at Johnson City. Want to learn more about osteoporosis? We have 2 different classes this month on the 9th and the 17th. Our pre-diabetes class is a must for those with elevated blood sugars. Is a good night's sleep eluding you? Join us for tips to enhance your Z's. Join me on News Channel 11's Morning Edition on Mondays between 6 and 7 a.m. and Fridays at noon.
Saving you up to 60% on cooling costs, you'd think I deserve a little gratitude. Yuck, not you.
The Carrier Infinity system is the most energy-efficient system you can buy. And now save more with up to a $1,000 rebate.
Can I hear it for low energy bills? Hey, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Carrier, turn to the experts.
Call AT Contractors at 423-477-4473.
The Storm Team 11 forecast is brought to you by Gene Cochran, attorneys at law. When you can't turn on News Channel 11, tune in to one of these Citadel broadcasting stations for your latest Storm Team 11 forecast. Storm Team 11 meteorologist Bob Swanson holds the seal of approval by the American Meteorological Society.
Well, this is the end, my final weathercast with WJHL, and sort of glad that we had such a beautiful weekend. Very, very quiet. A beautiful Mother's Day. Hope all the moms enjoyed a beautiful Sunday. Let's go to Storm Team Live Viper 11 to show you what's happening across the plains. Not nearly as nice across portions of our nation's midsection, anywhere from the Dakotas down through Kansas. Seeing a lot of thunderstorm activity, all in association with an area of low pressure. We can see this counterclockwise spin in the atmosphere. That is providing some of the thunderstorms, some of the biggest thunderstorms across portions of southeast Kansas at the moment. But as we take you a little bit closer to home, we are looking at the Tri-Cities Airport, and again, very quiet and great imagery courtesy of Storm Team Live Viper 11. Let's go to the maps and show you another look at the Tri-City Regional Airport. Temperatures dipping back into the upper 40s to near 50 degrees by morning. Generally clear skies and rather calm winds out there this evening. Very quiet for most of the southeast. Notice not a whole lot in the way of cloud cover or rainfall. Most of it is off to our west across portions of the Mississippi Valley, just across the Mississippi, across portions of Missouri, down into Louisiana, and then further back into the Plains states. Some of the temperatures around the region very comfortable. Bill McMillan and Rose Tester in Mountain City, 51 degrees. The Ryder family at 54 in Roan Mountain. Tony Schaefer's got 64 degrees in Bristol. Want to thank all the weather watchers that I've talked to over the past 3 years. Gotten to know some of these folks very well, and they are a very dedicated bunch, calling in their temperatures every day, several times a day. Hallie Bennett's got 65 in Churchill, a high to the Frost family as well in Churchill and Mount Carmel. 63, Geneva Wilson in Greenville. Roby Hensley at 63 in Chuckey, and Ruth Green, big Braves fan, 55 right now in Flag Pond, Tennessee. Temperature, the situation around the region, pretty quiet. The reason being we still have high pressure in command across the southeast. That's keeping skies mostly clear for the Tri-Cities. That high is going to slide off to the east during the day tomorrow, allowing a little bit more cloud cover late in the day. I think most of Monday is going to be very nice with a fair amount of sunshine, very mild temperatures. But notice that storm system off to our west will be our weather maker for Tuesday, bringing us clouds, rain showers. Can't even rule out a thunderstorm or two during the day on Tuesday. 57 right now at the Tri-Cities Airport. The pressure holding steady at 30.02 today. Mother's Day, a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. 81 our daytime high. That is well above normal. 73 is our normal for this time of the year, so we're finally above normal as far as temperatures go. 10 degrees shy of the record set back in 1940. And for the month of May, it has been dry. Just a trace of rainfall officially at the Tri-Cities Airport, with about an inch of a deficit rainfall-wise on the year. 48 your forecast low by morning, going for a high of around 83 by tomorrow afternoon with winds out of the southwest. And again, a fair amount of sunshine helping out with the warming for tomorrow. And all in all, a fairly mild 7-day forecast. Temperatures still staying in the upper 70s, lower 80s, but rain is back in the forecast, mainly on Tuesday, could linger into Wednesday. And then just slight chances for afternoon showers Thursday and Friday. Then another round of showers and thunderstorms possible by next weekend. Wanted to also show off a couple of photos. That was Joe Reedy, our Irwin weather watcher. He came in for a tour on Friday, and always good to see Joe. Joe is a senior at Unicoi High School, and he has a promising future in meteorology. He's heading off to school to study meteorology, and that's been one of my missions while I've been here, is to get out and to talk to a lot of students and kind of educate about the weather and hopefully inspire some. And another group that, well, part of Joe Reedy's group was the Unicoi High School Valley Beautiful pre-college chapter of the American Meteorological Society that made me a great little poster there. And thank all of them, and hope that they all have perhaps promising careers in meteorology. It's been a lot of fun to be here the last 3 years.
Now you've also you've entertained but educated a lot of children.
Children and some community groups. I'm talking to the Sunshiners tomorrow at noontime at again, Unicoi County Methodist Church.
All right, thanks a lot, Bob. Well, protection from bounce checks, it certainly sounds like a good idea. However, our financial experts have a caution about a new service that could cost you plenty. We'll have the details right after the break.
Have a need for speed or just want to take a leisurely lake cruise? Find the right boat for your lifestyle from Laurel Marina Dealership's large selection of deck boats, sport boats, cruisers, pontoons, and more. Located at the 421 Bridge on South Olson Lake, Laurel is an exclusive dealer for Crown Line, Chaparral, and Harris. And Laurel's used boats are inspected and ready to hit the water. From the skilled service team to the well-stocked ship store and galley, the Laurel lifestyle extends from the lake to the shore. Laurel Marina and Dealership, laurelmarina.com, the only place to be.
Yeah! Well, I have this bill, right, and I didn't have the money. So what was I going to do? I mean, I could bounce checks. That gets expensive. And then late fees, no better. So I was stuck until I went to Advance America Cash Advance. Well, I'd heard of them before, I've checked out the website, got the facts, found out the fees, found a location close by. It was easy. I just walked into Advance America, gave them some basic information, and they helped me get the money I needed right on the spot. And you know what? That's money you can count on.
Whether you're an avid outdoor enthusiast who enjoys the thrills of fishing and hunting, or a weekend adventure seeker who thrives on mountain bike riding and